Hey, welcome back to episode 4 of Macalite's Shards of Amber. Thank you for tuning back in. We have our third special guest tonight. Thank you, Shannon, for filling in. Before we get started, here's a brief recap of what's been going on. So things are heating up in the City of Spices. Zombies have presented themselves all over the city, and the rumors have been confirmed. Yip Yap and Zarek have been kidnapped, presumably by the Zentarum, based on the symbol found at the site. The party has learned that Trude and Ilion may know the location of the amber and has an unknown interest in it. The party returned to the charred ruins of the fort, entered the tunnels, and found more zombies. They also found a large piece of amber, which offered a gift to both Ozak and Osil, and both of them refused it. Fearful of this, they decided to fill the shaft with debris, hoping no one would be able to enter, deciding to seek out people familiar with the magic of the area. It's here that we pick back up. So, you guys have buried the amber down at the bottom of that tunnel. You filled the shaft with all of the debris you could find, and now you're standing outside of it. And so it's Quill, Osil, Ozak, and Swampflower outside of that, and they've just been tossing stuff in. What do you guys want to do now? Swampflower, she says, I believe that while this may keep people away for a little while, that eventually it will probably come back to surface. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but yeah, we'll see.
Here before we couldn't just take it with us, so I think we'll slow some people down, but we'll probably have to come back and recover it at some point to destroy it or recover it.
I think that's a good plan.
Oh, I wish I could go back, but I'm being pulled in other directions. The woods seem to need me, and I want to make sure that whatever strange things are about, that maybe I take care of them from this end. So if you're heading back into the city, I'll let you guys go. It was very fun being with you, though. Thank you for that experience.
Thank you for all that you did for us. It was wonderful meeting you.
Hopefully we see you again. Protect your woods.
Good luck on your journeys.
I will continue my walkabout, and I will possibly see you again, friends.
Aye, hopefully.
And she just departs out, giant furball walking out. All right. So you guys want to head back?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think back to town is the consensus.
All
Well,
right.
we got some more zombie heads. We'll maybe turn those in.
So you guys head back, and you've done this trip enough that you're like, you're getting a little bored of it. However, when you leave, that eerie feeling of being where you are, again, as you leave, it dissipates, and the further away from that fort you get, the better you feel. So you make your way back to the city. You go back through the city gates again. The watch at this point is kind of like, they're not even, they see you and they like get people out of the way and wave you in. You're kind of, you've picked up a little bit of renown after rescuing those children, and then basically finding the first zombies, like confirming those rumors. People are talking about you. So the city watch is like, the guards are like, go, like, get out of their way. They're important people. So yeah, you make your way back through, and it's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's strangely cold today. it's like one of those cold spring days that pops up where you weren't expecting it. So it's clear, but it's just kind of cold. And you're walking back through the city. Where do you guys want to go?
Well, we have our room at the eel. We could go there and discuss matters because Swampflower did find a fair bit of information from us during her escapades.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Let's get rid of these heads first.
Also a good idea.
Yes.
We're not taking them back in there again. So.
True enough. True enough.
Okay. So you guys head back to the Tankard of Eels?
Yes.
Okay.
I think first we drop the heads off with
Drop
the
heads off.
city guard.
Okay. So you go back to the city guard, and you know the way at this point, and you bang on the door, and the guy you talked to last, who had no idea who you were, isn't there. But the first guy who you met in the bar, he opens the door and he goes, "Hello, friends. It looks like you're carrying something."
Yes, we've had some encounters and brought back some trophies from our adventures, so to say.
Oh, really? How many do you have?
Quill, did you count them?
There were 6 in this one.
6. Okay. And what was our agreed upon price again?
25 gold.
25. Okay. One moment, please. And he comes back. A couple of minutes later, and he 150 gold doled out to you, hands it to you. Says, I don't know how you keep finding them. We're trying to track them down, but we just can't. Everywhere we hear, we get there and then they're gone. I guess you guys are just in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the right time. I don't know exactly. I've never fought a zombie, so I don't know.
Yeah, they seem to find us.
Do you find that a little peculiar?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I find that quite strange.
These ones we found at the mine shaft outside of town.
Mine shaft? What mine shaft?
Where the local workers are digging, looking for something.
Where we found the children.
Yes.
Oh, the children. Yes. Okay. Did you find anything else? Did you happen to come across any information about Delthrin? Any information of him I could use? His location, perhaps. I'd love to, get a step up in my job, so to speak, and that would probably help a lot.
We would also like to find Delphin, but so far we have not seen hide nor hair of this mysterious figure.
He is quite reclusive, if he's even still alive. But with these zombies, it appears he might be. So, and he kind of turns over his shoulder, and like someone's talking to him in the back, and he's like, "I'd love to stay and chat. We got a new roomer. We're out. I think you guys have some things that you probably need to do. We're gonna try to take care of this one. See ya." And he like darts back.
Okay.
Like, you get the impression that he's like, we can't keep letting these guys kill all of them. We need to get some wins here.
Right.
Well, to the tavern at the very least. Discuss the rumors. Maybe our favorite tavern owner can help us out.
All right. So, back to the Tankard of Eels you go, and from where you are here back to the Tankard, it's probably a good 15-20 minute walk. And again, you're still like, you've only been in this city for a couple of days, and it still doesn't cease to amaze you. Like, just its sheer beauty, with like the canals and the bridges, and like every once in a while you'll be walking and then some guy on like a little skiff gondola goes under you, and you just kind of like watch it go past, and it's pretty neat. It's a really pretty city, and yeah, it still kind of blows your minds a little bit. yeah, you're walking and you're passing plenty of things. You get to the tankard of eels. You open the door. And as you open the door, your good friend Mia is standing, doing her work, getting drinks, running back and forth, and she sees you walk in, and she saw you earlier. You left pretty early in the morning, and then you came back. So it's just been a few hours probably since she's seen you, maybe 4 or 5. So she kind of waves and kind of your table, your favorite table's open. So if you'd like to go sit back down at your favorite table, it's there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we approach the table and we wonder how she gets any rest if she's there every time. But so I'm just gonna sit my stuff down at the table and then go make a plate of food and the honey, the cheeses, and my favorite buffet. So,
yep. And it's paid for with your week-long stay. Everything's covered. You've paid that in advance. So yeah, she sees you and she kind of points the way and then like jokes at herself like they know what's going on here. And after you sit down and she gets a free minute, she comes up and she says, "Hello again, friends. Another fine morning. What can I get for you to drink?"
The usual, my lady.
And she rattles off everybody's favorite, comes back a few minutes later, drops drinks down. She says, "Find anything interesting out there?"
You could say that.
And
also kind of takes a long swig of his ale because he's kind of, definitely got a little bit more into that amber than anybody else. So he kind of takes a long swig of the ale.
We have not found this Delphin character yet, but we seem to be running into more and more zombies as we delve deeper and deeper.
she leans in a little bit closer and she says, "More zombies, you say? Where did you find this last group of them?"
The same place we rescued the children from.
Interesting. Very interesting. She kind of like makes a mental note, and you can tell that she's like filing this in rumors section, or actually confirmed section now. And she's trying to figure out how she can leverage this information to make herself a little bit more money. You can see the wheels turning. She's a businesswoman at heart, so she goes, that's good to know. But you said you did not find Deltherin?
No, he still eludes our advances, but we have hope springs eternal that we can bring him in and get answers to all the events that have been transpiring.
So you did go to his house, but you did not find anything.
Nothing that would lead us to believe where we could pin down his location. No.
Nah, very, very, very interesting. Very well.
Sweet Mia, I have a question.
Ah, yes.
When the miners come in and drink, if many do at all here, do they ever speak what they look for? Or do they just dig and dig and dig?
I've heard many different things. I've heard they're digging for a new source of water, fresh water. I've heard they're digging for precious gems. I've heard that there was once a very deep mine shaft, and it actually may have led to another portion of the Underdark, and that some adventurers wanted to, I don't know why, go seek out the Underdark. Those are the things I've heard. Precious gems, I understand. Water, I understand. The Underdark, I do not.
Much can be gathered with fame and fortune, though. The Underdark offers these if you are able to conquer the beasts there.
Fame and fortune. I've heard many things of you spoken about. You are getting quite the name for yourselves.
Turns out, killing zombies in a town that does not like zombies gains you a little bit of, notoriety.
It seems the City Watch is quite fond of you, as are the parents are quite fond of you as well.
I would not go so far to say we are well known, but deeds being noticed.
Indeed.
Makes us feel good that we were able to do some good in the town, especially with the children. Bringing them back to safety, it meant a lot to us.
Aye.
And it means very much to the people here, and we do appreciate it. And she kind of like turns her head, and someone's flagging her down. She's like, "Excuse me, I must go." And she like darts off.
Okay, guys, we must discuss the amber. I know you both said that it was talking to you, and you both turned almost pale. And you need to get to the source of the power and what it all means. I believe that's part of the reason why we've been led here. And we also cannot forget our friend Rolf. I'd hate to find out that we didn't inquire about him sooner and something ill happened to him.
Aye. Well, when Mia swings back around, we can ask about the interim. That is what the symbol found around Rolf. I did not venture into town enough to figure out exactly what they were about. Just, they were of shady. Now, the amber. You ask what it said, and I will tell you. It offered gifts, but when things below the surface offer gifts, be it a noble dwarf or a rock, you do not take them. For
Agreed.
what they ask in return is always greater.
Yes, the amber, and he kind of, takes his helmet off and kind of runs his hands through his hair, just kind of trying to take it all in, and says, "It did offer, and the offer was not one that I would entertain because it was, truth be told, not telling the truth about what it could do, and." If you can't trust what he's saying, then I think the gifts, whatever they may be, are best laid in that tomb that we created. Hopefully, we can get to the bottom of this and figure it out, because it was evil, no doubt about it.
If it's evil, should we destroy it?
I think unless there is some greater purpose to its existence, then it must be destroyed.
Right, then should we inquire anything of Arcana in the area that might have, have any research on the actual amber? And we've got to be discreet about it, not let people be led on to know that we know where it is.
I think that would, the more we know about this amber and the evil and sorcery and magic behind it, the better we can combat it. So I think that is a good plan, Quill.
I would not be surprised if the amber itself was responsible for this uprising of zombies and resurgence of dark magics. They only seemed to start when they got closer to unearthing the shiny, as our friend said. I think it's safe to assume that had led maybe to a resurgence in undead and dark magics, or even a resurgence in Delthrin himself.
What are we going to do about Delthrin?
I think we need to find him first.
Finding him, those leads that Swamp Flower found us should be able to connect us at least along some sort of path towards him. People poking around might have heard of him, seen him. If the zombies were there, they will know.
I believe we should, if you all are fed and watered, we should head out and get onto our learning session, as it were, for this amber.
What about Truden? What do we do with him? Knowing that he possibly hired these, the Drimian to kidnap the children?
Yes, that does. His part does play into this web of of an adventure we found ourselves on. Oh, Zach, what are your thoughts?
I do not like the thought of someone abducting children, but I also do not like whimsical and talking rocks. I believe that Truden may have been influenced by this amber and its dark magics. There is no way that a stone that speaks is only so powerful in a certain area. It taints these lands. You can feel it as it grows closer to the fort. I believe it to be altering the mindsets of various people in the town.
Quill, do you have any thoughts on our next move?
I think we gotta. Honestly, Mia's never led us astray. I say that we talk to her to see if there's anywhere to go that studies Arcana that might have some more information for us.
I think that was a wise decision.
I agree.
All right, also raises his hand. Mia, when you have a moment.
And she kind of like gives you like the give me a second finger, and she's running around. Obviously she's super busy in this place, so she finally makes her way back over, and she kind of comes up and yes, how may I help you? What do you need? More drinks?
No, I believe we are well watered, thank you. And Osel kind of leans on the table. Mia, you can be discreet, right?
When I choose to be, I can be anything. Discreet is one of my many more positive traits.
Glad to hear. We are in search of someone in the town who might have some magic knowledge. Is there anyone you can think of that might fit that description?
She kind of closes her eyes for a moment and thinks, and she says, well, Delthrin would have been my first choice, but it's almost impossible, as it seems, to find Delthrin. Magic is not my forte. It's beyond me, so to speak. I understand more of the persuasive arts. Let me see if I can think. And she kind of goes back and says, give me a moment. Let me go speak to Robert.
Sure.
She darts back off behind the bar, and you see her like kind of like tap him and like we need to go where it's a little quieter, where no one can really overhear us. And she kind of disappears for a moment. And she ends up coming back, and she says, so I normally would never do this, ever. But I believe you may have more success by going to the Drowning Flagon. It is a competitor of ours. However, there are some extremely powerful people that patron that particular place. And while the rumors may not be as good as they are here, the clientele are of the highest caliber in Marsember. You may be
Thank
able
you,
to
Mia.
find
That's welcome information, and I kind of push a gold piece across the table and leave it kind of under my hand, and thank you very much. And
she reaches out and slides it back, and she says, thank you. You have no idea how difficult that was for me. And she like turns and walks off.
She's always so busy. We need to get her something pretty.
At this point, I think I would come bursting in,
So
and I'd bring Mia and ask her immediately if she knew where the zombie slayers are. Do you know where they are? I need to speak with them at once. I heard that they're staying here.
So Avion, go ahead and describe. So Mia is walking back to the bar. Her back is turned. Suddenly, the front door burst. The two doors burst open, and you guys are near the door, and you see this Genasi come in. So go ahead and describe what you look like and how you come in.
Well, I come sauntering in pretty much like I own the place. My skin is incredibly pale, and my hair is salt and pepper shaved down so that it doesn't flow around and all majestic and pretty like all the other genasi you might see. So hoity-toity. And I just have studded leather armor, a hand crossbow on one hip, and a strange-looking quiver on the other. And I storm in like I know everyone, especially Mia, and I run up to her looking for the zombie slayers.
She turns and she sees you and she goes, "Oh, Avion. Oh gosh. So you're looking the zombie slayers?" And she like just turns and points. She goes, "They're right here."
I start thumbing towards Ozak, and I'm like, "Not me." Yeah.
And she's like, "You couldn't have come at a better time. They are literally right here." And she kind of brings you over and she says, "Dear friends, new friends, meet one of my old friends. This is Avion. I don't know what she needs, but she is obviously in need of you. So I will leave you to discuss. I've got plenty of things to do. Goodbye." And she takes off again.
How may we help you?
Well, eyeing you all up and down, I don't think you look much like zombie slayers, but if the rumors are true, then you may be the best help that we can get. There's a problem off the docks.
Problem.
Yes, it's a zombie-related issue, or else I would have handled it myself, but the undead leave me feeling a little queasy.
Well, what is this problem? We might be able to help.
There may. I haven't seen some myself, I've only heard rumors, maybe caught a glimpse, maybe. Could have been a log, maybe. But there is some rumors of an undead beast in the water. A shark, perhaps.
We've heard of the shark.
Well, we seem to have heard rumor of it also. Now, making a hasty judgment as to whether or not we are zombie slayers or not could prove unfortunate for anybody. I say let our actions speak for us, and we go see this undead shark.
I go ahead and take my last bite off my plate and say, "Are we going now, Navion, or did you want a bite to eat?"
Seems as though a zombie shark would be the of utmost importance. So,
Okay.
let's head on down to the shore. You can eat as you go, as you've accustomed to.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab a few things and kind of put them in my pockets and pouches and nibble on the way out.
Avion, if you could show us the way, we'd be happy to come and check out the situation.
Yes, follow me immediately.
Okay.
Very
So
tasty.
she hasn't sat down. She hasn't done anything. She kind of flicks a wave at Mia and then kind of like, "Come on, guys, let's get going." And then you're out the door. So she's taking you through the city, and she's fast. Like she's moving. I mean, she knows the city like the back of her hand. She's moving through it as if she does. And boom, boom, left, right, over a bridge, under a bridge, just darting around the city. And you end up coming to the area almost near where you had met young Fen at that house, where it was, whether or not with his mother, you weren't sure. However, it's near that area, which is near the naval wall. There's a big wall behind that, and that separates the city from the naval port. And that's like the nearest area out there. So she takes you out there, and she gets close, and yeah. So it's probably taken like a solid 25-30 minutes to get there.
Oh, such in a hurry. You leave me out of breath, but if things must be rushed, where is this shark?
If more of my employers keep going missing, then we're gonna have a problem, so I'd like to get this done with.
Your employers? Who employs you?
I work off and on different ships, fixing sails mostly. And a couple of my employers gone missing without paying me. It's the only reason I have any stake in this shark disaster.
It would be an issue, wouldn't it? Luckily, we have a old salt, as it were, in amongst our number. And Ozo kind of turns and looks at Ozak. Ozak, this will be your expertise at hand, and I shall follow you in what you believe is best around the water.
Well, I will let you all know that going into the water that is supposedly known for some sort of monster might not be in the best of our interests. Avion, are there any craft available for us to borrow as we hunt this monstrosity?
Well, I suppose we can try talking to someone. I might be able to pull a few favors for a small ship, but nothing like a siege or anything.
Nah. Just something so that we are not the first bite of the shark.
Okay, let me think. Who on the docks can I get a ship from that I haven't pissed off yet?
Any sort of imports master or overseer, maybe?
I might have a friend we can go see. Sensu. He might be able to help us.
Lead on.
Lead the way.
Alright. Try to keep up, old man.
I will try.
So she ends up walking like through where you were. You can kind of see it's a decent sized dock area, and it's got actually where it goes through. There's actually like a gated part of the wall that separates the naval area from the rest of the city. There's actually a gate in the wall itself that opens up for ships to come through. So it's for naval ships to be able to come into the city. Instead of having to go around and then through, they can make quick entrances into the canals. So this area is like right near that gate. And yeah, you walk up and there are just a myriad of typical dock workers, sailors and like fishermen and people like fixing nets, and it's cold and it's kind of like everyone's not happy about it because it's a cold day and they don't really want to be out on the water with the wind picking up, and like it's seawalled at this point, so there's no it's calm water, but it's still cold. And yeah, so Avian walks up and she sees Sensu.
Oh, good. Sensu, hey, favor.
Avian, how may I help you today?
Well, we need a boat. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. A small boat, anything, really, for the four of us.
You need a boat, just like this. You think I can make boat appear?
Yes, I do. Because you owe me, Sensu.
Well, I mean, I owe you a little bit. I don't know if I owe you enough for a ship. What about a skiff or a rowboat or something of that size? I could probably come up with that.
That is doable. That gets us to this shark without us being, as they said, the first thing that we encounter should not be its jaws.
Oh, you are going for the shark. Oh, in that case, I will let you take the skiff.
Yeah, something large, please.
One moment, please. And he like runs off backwards. He turns around and he runs back, and he's running toward a group of people. And he like runs into this group of people, and he like kind of calls out, and they all come around. And you can't quite hear what he's saying, but you see him turn and like point at you, and turns back to the group and talks a little bit, and then they all turn and look at you, and then you see them starting to like kind of like exchange money.
Oh, damn.
Are they betting on us?
Yes.
They very well might be. It's not uncommon.
And shortly thereafter, Sensu comes back and he says, "The skiff is yours. It's big enough for the four of you, and that's probably about it. It's seaworthy. It's very good. And Ozak, you get the impression that I mean, you know what a skiff is, and it's not that big. It's bigger than a rowboat, but it's no ship. And yeah, you're not excited about that.
A skiff. You are giving us a skiff.
I am giving you a skiff. Yes, you. Well, I mean, I'm not giving it to you. It's if you come back, you will give it back to me. But you know, if you don't come back, it's covered.
I hope the shark's not bigger than this, because I'm afraid of it toppling us over.
You realize if we don't come back, there will be nobody to rid this area of this shark.
Yeah, it would seem in your best interest for us to be the most successful we could in this venture.
Oh, why would I want to? Why would I? This is best for me. And he just kind of chuckles and he goes, "This is what I can give you. I do
How
not
much
have
to
anything else."
Rent a larger boat.
Rent? And he kind of goes through his head and he goes, "For a small sailing vessel, I would say 200 gold." And he like just horrible smirk on his face, like way overpriced. He's just
I think we can do bring that down to 100 gold.
100 gold? No, I won't make that much if you don't come back.
Well,
At this
then
point,
that's
I lift
disappointing.
Sensu up by his collar. And I'm like, listen, you'd be dead if it wasn't for me. Your ship would be dead on the water if it wasn't for me. So you know what, Sensu? I think you're going to give us a little bit of a damn discount on saving your asses from a shark.
Okay. You know, Avian, good friend. You know how it goes on the docks. We all need to make deals. We need to eat. You've seen the area around. It's not good. I am hungry. My kids are hungry. I can do...
You don't have any kids, Sensu.
My brother's kids. I call them my kids. They are
Sensu.
hungry. Yes.
Do you want to be eaten by a shark? Or do you want to continue to live to eat?
I can do 125. That's my best. That's the best I can do.
If he's hungry, I'm just going to hand him some of the food out of my pouch that I just took from the tankard of Vito's and just be like, well, here's a little food. Come down to 110?
And he like looks at it's like
morsels.
It's like
Ursul's kind of tapping his glaive on the dock impatiently.
It's like you open your hand up and in it there's like bits of cracker like shoved into the cheese and like
delicious
squished grapes and you like present it out and he looks at it and he's like they are hungry. 110 is fine. And he like, do you have a pouch or something, or is... Never mind. And he just like scrapes your hand back and just takes it, and you see like he just like drops it behind him into the water.
Your kids are the bluegills. Okay.
Alright.
So
Here is your 110 gold for a slightly larger vessel than one smaller than the shark.
yeah. So you guys have, I mean, it's a small sailboat. It's bigger, obviously bigger than a skiff, but the four of you, and especially Ozak, you having been around the water long enough, you're able to operate it. With just the four of you, you won't need any more. You won't need any more assistance, and you probably couldn't get any anyhow. So, Sensu goes, okay, come with me, and he leads you back up the dock you were on, over a little bit, and then down another dock, and you see the boat, and it's not bad. It's a decent boat, and there's really nothing wrong with it. He goes, here you are. You have as much time as you need, and best of luck. And he walks away.
Hey,
Maybe.
Quite the
Sensu.
character, Avion.
One last thing, Sensu.
And he like turns and looks over and he goes,
I hand him 5 gold, and I'm like, I put down 5 gold on us to live. I want to win this bet.
"Ah, I like where your head is at, friend. That is why we get along so well." And he like pockets it quickly and turns around. You see him rush back over to the group and he like shoves his 5 gold in.
Well, that was brilliant, Avion. Because we will live. Now, all aboard. Start unlashing the ropes and lowering the sails. Oh, pull up the anchor first, too, I guess. Might be best.
Also goes over and starts pulling up the anchor.
I'm just untying things, not really knowing what I'm doing. I'm just like, I've never been on the ocean or any sea, so I just look at Ozak and be like, "Am I doing this right?"
Nope. Leave that. The one next to it. Yes.
Okay. And I'd go and unravel that, pull it around, and just look at his for his approval. Yeah. Awesome.
Having some knowledge, I deal with the sails.
Okay, good.
All right, so
All right.
you guys get it ready. You make your way out past the docks. You're heading out, and you see before you, on your left, there's the big naval wall, and it's fairly close to you, but you're kind of paralleling it on your way out, and it starts to kind of curve around and acts as a almost as part of a breakwater to keep some of the rougher seas from coming into this area. And as you kind of come around that and make your way out, and you kind of come past it, the sea starts to get a little bit rougher. It's not quite like huge swells, but there are some white caps here and there. And you look out, and it's massive. None of you have seen this area with the exception of Avion. So for Ozak, Osil, and Quill, it's a really beautiful sea. It's different, Ozak, from what you're used to on the West Coast. But it's a really, really beautiful sea. It's just clear water. It's blue with a slight green tinge, and like sun's out. And while it is a little cold, it's still good. So
This is good. Avion, where is the closest reef? That would be a good place to start. Sharks, dead or undead, most than likely, like to shelter in reefs, prey on the slower swimming fish.
Good point. Trying to think though, this is a zombie shark, so I don't know if its habits are different. Maybe I'm thinking we'd have luck at a shipwreck. And let's see. I scan the horizon and point off in the direction I know a reef is going to be.
So yeah, you guys kind of direct it that way. The wind is good enough and the direction is good that you can make pretty decent time. You don't have to like cut across and try to skirt the wind or fight it. And you head out, and based on where you're going, Avion kind of directs you, and it's going to probably take not long, like 10-15 minutes to get there. It's just outside of the just outside of like the port, what would be considered port water, and kind of into the other bits. Avion, while you're doing things around and while you're doing stuff out there, you kind of like you check yourself and you feel like as you're moving around, like checking sails and stuff, you feel on your body something that wasn't there previously. And you look in and you feel, and there are 4 small potion vials. And it's like this greenish liquid. And you think, and you're like, how did I come to get these? And you realize that when you picked up Sensu and held him up. He must have stuffed something into your shirt flaps.
Interesting.
Also sitting on the dock of the boat, kind of sharpening his glaive, just not really keeping an eye, like not really caring, just sharpening it.
Any of you know how to identify potions?
I could take a gander at that. Want me to roll a medicine check?
Quill, roll roll Arcana.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the idea, and Ozak, you can actually confirm this because you know what this is. It's potion of water breathing.
And there were 3 of them?
I had seen these before.
There's 4.
There's 4. Cool. Okay.
These are water breathing potions. These might come in handy.
Quite expensive, too. So it's kind of interesting that he haggled so much on the price if he gave us these potions, but I'm not going to dwell on that.
Well,
We have
whether
them.
he wants
These
to
seem
admit
to
it or
be-
not. Sorry, go ahead.
These seem to be quite useful. It's a nice turn of luck for us that we have happened upon these.
I mean, it's kind of to include 4, but I really don't need one.
I don't either, but also you might need 2, as will you,
Certainly.
Quill. But it seems as though your friend Sensu might have a little more money at stake on us coming home.
I like his style.
He is interesting.
Either way, we can thank him when we are done here, but first, I believe we should make sure this is the right spot.
I'm just going to go to the front of the boat and just kind of sit and meditate, see if I get any sense of, since I'm not one to be in the water, it's probably different for me to feel anything, so.
And from above comes a divine advantage die from Lydia. Thank you, Lydia.
Thanks, Lid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
So, as you're discussing these things, everybody roll me a perception check.
Oh boy.
This will go well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey!
So, Ozak, paying more attention to the boat and what's happening than what's on the horizon, and kind of Avion in the same situation. The two of you having been around boats and maritime situations long enough, you're like you kind of take looking around for granted a little bit. However, Osil and Quill, especially you, Quill, having never been on the water before, are like actively looking around, like shoving food into your mouth, like really interested in what's happening. And out a little bit further up, you think you see a bone fin crest the water and go back under.
I'm just going to whistle back to Ozak and Osil and just say, guys, a fin.
Well, we are on the water, Quill. There are many things with fins.
Now without skin on it.
I couldn't tell.
Seems as though we're at least in the right direction of our quarry, as it were.
And as you're talking, like Quill, you see it break again, and it's a little bit closer, maybe like 50 yards closer, and it's a solid, probably 100 yards away to start. So now it's maybe not 50 yards closer. So it's maybe like 25 yards closer. So it's about 75 yards away at this point. And then 50, you see it pop up, and then 25, and you see it pop up. and it's coming from the starboard side. And as it's coming, and you're all looking out, you kind of forget about the boat because you're looking at this thing, and you see 10 yards away this giant undead shark crest the water and just crunch down on your boat.
Oh shit.
Can I try to get a crossbow shot in on it?
You're not going to be able to get the chance. It's moved pretty quickly, and you're just in awe of this massive shark, undead shark, and it's huge. So the drawings that you guys saw up in Delthrin's attic, yeah, it's this guy. And with that, we are going to jump
Oh boy.
Let me just give this a second to warm up for the players at home. And
Pretty.
Very
Yeah.
pretty.
So that is not your boat in the middle. However, your
Thank
boat
God.
your boat is actively sinking.
Oh. So I'm gonna run over and grab one of those potions, and go ahead and down it.
And as you're doing that, like it comes out, it drops back down, and you see it like pop up another 50 yards away, and it's sweeping across. It's sweeping across, and it's coming back. And it's making another run at you guys.
Okay. It's just I'm down in the potion at the moment, and
Well,
And it's coming, and bam! Takes another swipe at the
I think-
ship. So you guys have downed your potions. The boat is kind of like actively sinking, and you guys all enter the water.
oh geez.
I look at Ozak. This was not the plan.
Did we really have a plan?
No, but this was not in any plan that would ever be possibly foreseen.
I think you're looking at this too negatively. What's the worst that can happen?
Death.
Well-
Death. Just death.
I mean, that's a given. I'm trying to be positive.
And as you're talking, it's like actively swimming around you, and it's coming in. I need everybody to let me get your tokens up, and then everybody to roll initiative. Just give me a second here. I'm working a couple of screens. All right. So there you guys are. Go ahead and click on your tokens, and
Ooh, I like your token. That's cool.
all right. So, as you guys go ahead and you start to, as you've drank the potion, you no longer, in fact, being above water feels awkward. You start to choke while you're up there. It's like you're suffocating. So you allow yourselves to go below, and you let the water come in, and it feels horribly unnatural to let the water fill your lungs that way. And you let it in, and you kind of hold what you think is holding your breath. You don't know what else to do, and the water enters. But then you're okay, and you start to feel okay, and you start to balance, and you come down, and you start to sink down, and you open your eyes, and you can look around, and the water's perfectly clear. Below you see the remnants of a previous ship, bits and pieces of it. You see bits of your ship sinking down. And then you see some rocks and some things around. It's a big old baddie around here, guys.
Well, I
But
think,
but it's
Ozak
strangely
actually-
beautiful. It's strangely beautiful.
I think Ozak would actually end up watching his friends go through this because he did not take a potion. He, in fact, drew his hood over his head, and the head almost melded to his face as the cloak of the manta ray took itself into effect.
Nice.
Oh,
And I'm just holding my breath because I can do that forever.
Yep. And you didn't think that cloak was going to come in handy, Coach?
I didn't think I'd be running around chasing zombie sharks. Oh, man.
Oh, you knew from the first session when we heard that we were gonna find.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing.
Bump this over here.
I had to check it what it actually did. I have a swimming speed of 60 feet and water
Alright.
breathing.
So, Avion, as you are holding your breath with your air genasi ability, you see the shark turn and start to make its way toward you guys. It's kind of coming around and it's over this area here. What would you like to do?
Alright, I'm gonna follow it with my crossbow and take a shot.
Okay, I'm underwater with the crossbow. That's gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna have you. It's gonna be rolling at disadvantage underwater.
Okay.
So we'll go with the 6 on that one. That does not hit.
Crap.
What else would you like to do? Would you like to stay where you are? Would you like to move?
I'm gonna try to get up into the shipwreck
Okay,
to try and get some cover.
sure. And it's like it's the hole. There's areas in there where you can kind of hide. So by anywhere, if you choose, for any of you guys, anywhere you choose on here, you're basically in the hole. If you choose like one of the areas out here or like out here, you're not really covered, but you are otherwise anywhere else. So it's on top. It's swimming over it right now. Okay, so that's, I believe, your turn. So it's now the giant shark, its turn. So seeing you dart in there, it no longer believes you're credible prey, but it sees you, Osil, and it comes up, and it just mouth open.
But I get attack of opportunity.
Yes, you do. When it hits your 10 feet, you will. But yeah, you see this giant mouth, just rows and rows of teeth coming at you.
Well,
So it hits 10 feet. You'll go ahead and get your attack.
all right.
So yeah, mouth wide open, it comes in, and you're kind of floating there like Aquaman style, and with your glaive just push forward and like catch it right in the jaw for
Be gone, foul beast.
13 damage.
nice.
All right. So it then closes the distance. It lets it hit it, and it like just pushes and keeps coming toward you. And it's going to attack you. Let me roll this real quick. Sorry, I'm doing this manually for a second. Pretty sure 7 does not hit you.
Does not hit.
Nope. Okay. So it comes in, and you're strangely enough like able to like. It's stronger than you underwater, and it kind of pushes you while you're holding it aside. But your glaive kind of just. It almost pushes you out of the way. All right. So. It's now your turn, Osel.
All right, I'm going to. What do I want to do? I'm going to cast. I'm just gonna swipe it with my glaive.
Okay. Roll for it.
Sorry, first one. First one.
Okay. Yeah, that does not hit.
The 24.
Oh no, the first one. Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you did because it's the same. It's the same roll as before.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, that definitely hits, and another crit. So 15 more points of damage. So yeah, as it pushes you out of the way, you kind of let it swim past you a little bit, and you just swipe at it with your glaive, catching it down where its gills would be, like the remnants of its gills, kind of there, and you cut a few off, and they go into the water. Yeah. All right. So, Quill, that brings us to you.
I'm going to just look at it, and you can just see me trying to speak through the water, but it's just bubbles. Cast Fairy Fire on it.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So that's your action. Do you want to do anything with your... I don't know if you can do anything with your bonus action. Do you want to stay where you are?
With my movement, I'm probably going to... I mean, with my swim movement, is it half? Because it's...
Yeah.
Corey?
Yep.
Is it half movement because we're
Yes.
in water?
Yeah,
Okay.
so 10 feet of movement is 5 feet. So it's half.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just going to move kind of in their line right here. And there's nothing I can do with my bonus action on this one.
Okay. So that brings us to Ozak.
Oh, sorry. Ozak is going to start raging.
Oh, I'm sorry. It needs to make a dex save on the Fairy Fire.
Yeah,
Because you can
that's
actually make a dex save on that. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Just one
Gotta be
second
honest.
here.
Yes.
1 second. Okay. Let me do a dex save with it.
Nope.
Okay.
Lit up.
Okay. Let me mark that real quick, and we'll be good to go. I'll just call it that right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little purple dot in the corner,
Yep.
so we'll call that Fairy Fire. Okay.
All right. I think Ozak would start raging at the sight of this monstrosity
Okay.
and swim straight up to it, not seeming to be affected by the water at all, because he has a swim speed of 60 now. I get faster underwater. And so as we enter, I need the shark to make a dex saving throw for me.
Okay. Sure.
Cool. Well, he passes, so he takes half damage on that. So 3 damage from the lightning.
Okay.
And then I am going to attack it recklessly, so with advantage.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. So 6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm going to use Savage Attacker.
Okay.
Because I can re-roll that D12 once per turn.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Oh, good. All right.
But you have to
50.
take that one.
Yep, 50-50 shot. Did a little worse. So 5 damage to
Yep.
it.
Got it. All right.
right.
Let me just check this real quick here. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So that brings us to Avion. You are back.
How deep are we underwater?
You're not that deep. Like, you're maybe 25 feet at this point. You've let yourselves go down a little bit. It's kind of shallow here. Like, that shipwreck is pretty shallow. It's like 25, 30 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna swim up so I'm like maybe 10 feet underwater
Okay.
and shoot at the shark again to get its attention.
Okay. Again with
I-
disadvantage.
I have...
Well, would Fairy Fire, would it even it out?
Yeah, it's got, yep, because you would have advantage on it, so just a normal roll.
Alright. Oh.
Yeah.
Crit City.
Jesus.
Okay. Man, you guys are jacking this thing up. All right. That's one heck of a crossbow shot. So yeah, you swim up a little bit, and you see it engage with Ozak and Osel, and you just carefully steady, and you see like its outline, just that purplish glow around it, and you just aim, and you like guess a little high, and just pull the trigger, and you watch it like bubbles kind of come off the fletching of the crossbow bolt, and as it just goes in and it sinks into what would have been its like right fin, and there's a little bit of flesh there, and it just like tears through the bone and the flesh and like pulls part of it away, and you see it just like sink into the water, like start to drop. Not it, but like the piece of it. All right.
Nice.
So that brings us back to its turn. So Ozak, having really messed it up, it's really not happy with you, and it's going to attack you. So it rears back and opens its mouth.
All right.
Crit City works both
Holy
ways.
hell!
Yeah.
Yep. So that's 27 damage.
Well, luckily I'm raging, so I take half of it.
Yep.
Nice.
I do get
So that's
to take
yeah,
half of it, however, because I'm raging. I have resistance.
So-
Which is nice.
so
Maybe
say
14.
13. Yeah, 14. That's fine. We'll do 14. So 14 damage. Okay. And that's it's
Alright, that
it's
hurt.
gonna stay where it's gonna stay. Yeah, it's gonna stay where it's at. It just messed you up. It's happy. Okay. Osel, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna glaive it again.
Okay.
Ooh,
Not
nope.
Not this time.
Well, fairy fire, right?
Yeah, you have advantage, so it does hit.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And then bonus action, I forgot to do this last time. I get to use the other end of my glaive for Polar Master.
Yep.
So
Roll that
use the
attack.
same- Yep. So I'll roll the glaive attack. This is a 15 hit.
15 does hit.
All right, and that's a D4.
Yep.
So 2 more damage.
Okay. All right.
And for my movement, I'm actually going to move more towards the shipwreck over here. So that's 5, 10. So I can get to that there.
Okay, so you stayed outside of it. You were outside of its 10 foot, so you don't take an attack of opportunity
Yeah.
there. Let me just see something real quick here. Okay. So let's see here. Let me jump over. So it is now Quill, your turn.
Okay, so Quill is going to go ahead and take his movements closer to the ship, which I don't know why I went further from the damn ship earlier, but I could probably only get about here, back to almost where I was. Cast Healing Word on my friend Ozak. And I'll do that at a level 2. 5 healing. Well, that'd be 7 total, wouldn't it?
Thank you.
That would be 5.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, yep. That's it. And for my action, it's gonna be a long shot. But I'm gonna try to hit it with Moonbeam. Being in the water, I don't know how that would work.
Hold. Sorry, 1 second.
Wait, that's yeah.
Sorry, I need to look something up real quick for it.
Sure.
Moonbeam's gonna like refract and hit me instead.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, so you're not going to be able to cast that
Okay.
because you used your bonus action to cast the spell, so you can't cast
Okay.
2 spells. I wanted to make sure that Moonbeam.
Then that's
that was
my
a bonus action.
whole trick then.
Okay. So Ozak, we are back to you.
All right, I'm gonna need another Dex throw save from this Sharky boy, my man.
Sure.
Okay.
11.
That does not pass. So, he is gonna be taking 3 full damage from my little underwater storm I got going over here.
Okay.
And then
All right.
we're gonna smack you with the great axe again.
Okay.
Oh,
15.
Well, you have advantage on it.
15?
Yep.
So a 15 does hit.
15 does hit.
Yep.
Screw it. I'm gonna get this savage attacker thing to work. So we're gonna re-roll that 5. This is gonna bite me in the ass.
The savage attacker. Oh,
It's
okay.
once per turn.
Okay.
So.
Okay. There we go.
Alright.
One less. The shark
Yeah.
continues. All right. Avion, it is your turn.
See, where's the shark in relation to me exactly?
So it's below you. Probably like 25 feet away. Hold on. Yeah, like 25 feet away. But at an angle down. So it's also probably like 20 feet below you.
I'm gonna try to... Can I take one of my crossbow bolts and like jam it in my own hand so I get like a big pool of like blood coming so I can draw the shark hopefully towards me?
Yeah, if you want to stab yourself, just take like 1d4 damage.
Yeah, I have a stupid idea and I really want to try it.
Sure, do it.
I feel
We're
as though
down
I've
with
seen,
stupid.
I've seen this stupid idea before somewhere.
So yeah, take your 3.
Alright. And just try to like flail around so it really spreads out so maybe he'll be able to smell it and try and
Okay.
come eat.
Sure. All right. I'll let you do that as a bonus action. So if there's an action that you want to do,
I'm gonna fire
Nice.
at him and
Okay.
hope for...
so you cut yourself in your hand, like you have it in the crossbow, like it's loaded. You then take it and like drive it into your hand to like get the blood out, and then you decide to take a shot.
Yep.
All right. So normal
That's not
roll.
gonna hit.
Nope. So this time it like goes through. You're looking down, and there's Ozak's blood around too, because he got bit. So there's like some of his blood out there, and it's kind of moving about, and you shoot, and it just like flitters off to the side. And with that, it's the shark's turn. So the shark, having drawn blood against Ozak, is now in a frenzy. And it's going to attack. It's going to attack Ozak with advantage.
Yay.
Oh,
18 damage.
Well, it still only counts as 9.
Yep, because you're still raging.
Yeah.
So 9 damage to you.
Ugh. All right.
So again, it rears back and it's just going in for more, and it's open mouth, undead. It's horrible looking, like no eyes. It's creepy, but it's going in for you. All right, so that's its turn, and Ocel, it is your turn.
all right. Let's glaive it again.
All right, roll for it.
There's a 14 hit.
A 14 does hit.
Yes.
8 more damage.
Okay.
And then Polar Master with the other end.
Yep, bonus action. Sure.
16 hit.
16 hits.
All right, and then a D4.
Yep.
So 1 more damage.
Okay. All right. You want to stay where you are?
I'm gonna move a little bit more this way towards. Oh no, actually, I'm gonna stay right where I am.
Okay. Okie doke, Quill, we are up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna move as far as I can. Probably move up there, and cast another healing word towards my man Ozak.
Okay.
There you go. 6 points of healing.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Ozak, we are back to you.
Could you roll me a dex save on El Sharko boy?
Yep. 12.
Damage from that, and we will.
Sorry, you broke up there a little bit. What was that?
Yeah.
And you broke up again.
Yep. All right. 2. And then we'll swing with the great axe.
Okay, you're back on that. What was the damage from the shroud before?
23.
Yeah, 23 hits. What was the damage from the shroud before?
Just 2.
2? Okay.
A 2.
Gotcha. And then 13 damage from that. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Avion.
I don't think I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay. That's pretty good. I wouldn't take any chances with that. Avion, it is your turn.
I'm gonna swim so that I'm like within 5 feet of the shark,
Okay.
and I'm going to jab at it right in the eye with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Other
Oh.
plans are not working.
Go for it.
Oh,
22 hits. Yeah. So yeah, you poke, but you mid poke you realize it doesn't have any eyes, but it goes right through where the eye socket was and kind of like hits a fleshy bit on the other side of its jaw
ooh.
for 5 damage. Okie doke. Anything else you'd like to do? I think that's it for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
All right, its turn. So, sensing new blood, it kind of turns, and having a piece of wood shoved through its face, it turns and rears back and opens its mouth, and it's going to attack you, Avion,
Yay, finally.
with advantage. Nope, not against you. It's just regular roll for you. Nope, you don't have all your hit points. It is advantage. Haha.
Damn.
Ooh.
T7. So 15 damage.
That's fine.
So it with like the quarterstaff still through its eye, it opens its mouth and just catches, like, kind of pulls you in and catches you on the arm a little bit, and like you see another chunk of flesh get ripped away. All right. Osel, we are back to you.
Let's keep glaving it.
All right. Hit it again. 14 does hit.
10 more damage.
10
and
more.
then the other end.
All right.
15.
15 hits too.
For
Another
2 more.
2. Okay.
And I'm gonna stay in its. I'm gonna swim up another, like more towards Avion right there.
Are you staying outside of the shipwreck, or are you going into the shipwreck?
I'm staying just outside of it.
Okay. Quill, that brings us to you. I think you're muted, Quill. Or we lost
Yeah,
you.
sorry, I was
There
having
you-
a coughing fit a second ago, so
There you go.
All right, so I'm going to Healing Word Avion. Just help her out a little bit.
Aw, shucks.
All right. 5 points to Avion. All right. Ozak, back to you. Let me make a dex save.
Oh yeah.
17.
Of course he passes it.
You passed.
Half damage on that then?
Mm-hmm.
So 3.
Yep.
Okay.
And then swinging at it again. All right, yeah, no, we're definitely re-rolling that one with Savage Attacker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got 1 out of the 2 back.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Like to stay put, sticking where you're at?
Actually, so hold on. Add 3 to that because I get +3 when I re-roll that. So
Oh.
I should probably have been doing that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll add them back for the other ones. That's fine.
no,
There's
you're
two-
good.
Okay.
I need to remember that. But this time,
In true fashion, Coach. In true
Yeah.
fashion.
So 3 more. Okay.
I'll never remember all of it.
There's a lot going on with barbarians. Okay. So that takes us to... You're going to stay put, though? Okay. So let's move on to Avion.
Alright, time to start swimming up. So that's what I'm going to do.
So you're going to swim straight up?
Yes.
How high? Like...
Till I'm like about 20 feet from the shark.
Okay.
Maybe.
So that's going to put you about 10 feet from the surface.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. What would you like to do from there?
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to... Let's see, what was I going to do? I remember these things occasionally. I was going to use my bonus action to do Second Wind.
Huh?
So, that's 1d10 plus 4. 1d10, so 11 points of healing back. Yay!
Nice.
And then I'll fire with my crossbow at disadvantage.
Nope, it's regular roll because it's
Yeah,
still
it's
got
regular
fairy
roll.
fire.
Yay! 14?
Yep. 14
Yep.
does hit. So for 3 more. So having come up like you're away from the blood and you look down and you steady yourself and you sink one into it for 3 damage. Okay. Nice. Its turn. So it would have gotten an attack of opportunity on you when you left its space, Shano. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now.
Weird.
But I'm going to do it at a normal roll instead of advantage because it was engaged. That's still going to hit. So
That's fine.
18 damage to you.
That's why we have Second Wind.
Okay. And now with its regular attack, it's going to attack you, Ozak. Man, it's rolling really well.
Bring it.
And it does have advantage on you because you are bleeding. So 7 damage to you for that.
Good thing.
All right. And now that takes us to... Actually, hold on. It's going to...
Ooh, sorry.
It's with that. It's going to... No, it's going to stay there. It's not going to move. I thought I was going to pull it back, but I'm not. Okay, so 21 to hit. Yeah, that hits. So
All right, and then-
7 damage there.
And then the other end.
Yep.
Hits
That hits.
for 4.
4. Nice. All right. All right. So, Quill, that brings us to you.
Alright. So I'm just gonna move right next to Osul, and I'm gonna moonbeam this guy.
So
Nice.
Fairy Fire is going to disappear.
Yep.
Okay. So you moonbeam it. Let me make a con save.
Ah,
True.
Mm.
Its con is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
So yeah, half damage there. Let me just...
So 9.
Yep. And let me draw something on there real quick so we can mark it for you. Let me pull that up real quick so I can get that going. Okie doke. 1 second. Okay, where did that tool go? There it is. Oops, sorry. Because it's 5 foot. That's good enough right there. Oops, sorry. Did I draw it on the wrong one? I may have drawn it on the wrong screen. Oh well. It's on there. Don't worry about it.
We'll know it's
we
there.
know when it's there. Okay. So it took 9 damage from that. Okay. Okie doke. Ozak, back to you, my dude.
All right. We are going to attack it recklessly.
I guess I have to
but
make first. I have
first,
to
I
make
need
a
it to
dex
make a
save.
dex saving throw. Yes.
19.
All right, just 3 damage,
So as you're there,
and then
and this
a
lightning.
great axe swing.
Hold on. As you're there and you're crackling with this electricity, this lightning underneath the water, the water around you is electrified, and it just courses through this thing, and you see it just go limp and start to sink.
Yes.
And you have killed the giant zombie shark.
Nice. All right, I feel like we need to try to swim to it and grab it,
Oh,
or at
man.
least not part of it, too, because we got to prove that we killed it. Right?
Yeah.
No, I think Ozak, being the fastest swimmer of the bunch, would follow the skeleton and just grab as much of the jaw as he could and just swim back up with it.
I got this. I cast levitate on the shark.
Yes.
So
Genius.
I've been waiting to do this the whole game. It was part of my stupid plan that didn't work. I'm gonna cast levitate on this damn shark before this session ends.
Yes.
hold on. That has a verbal component, and you're underwater.
But I can do it without any of the components.
Oh, you
because I'm
can?
a genasi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that from the air genasi?
Yeah.
Okay. You're lucky. So yeah, you just sit there and you focus on this undead shark zombie corpse sinking, and you look at it and you focus and you kind of put your hand out, and all of a sudden it just comes up from the bottom 30 35 feet down, 25 feet, 15 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet, and all of a sudden crests out of the water. There it
Alright.
is, floating just up on the surface.
I swim up to the surface and motion for them to follow me.
Swim up.
I just doggy paddle my whole way there.
I think Ozak would assist Quill to the best of his ability.
Okay. So yeah, you've got this this shark sitting there, hovering, waiting.
Alright, guys, this will only last for 10 minutes. We gotta get it on a rock now.
Well, do you think we could swim back to port in 10 minutes?
I don't know. DM, can we swim back to port in 10 minutes?
It's gonna be close. You're just outside of the port area. It was probably with all of you pulling, I mean, the boat took you about 10 minutes out, and you're not going to be able to move as quickly as the boat. So you're going to get close. You might be able to find someone on a ship to hail down. I don't know, but
I have another stupid idea that could possibly work. I get the shark close to one of those rocks, get it on the shark, and use my bow staff to launch it off the rocks. So that we get
Well-
a jet propulsion thing going.
so the rocks are underwater.
Oh, I thought they were.
Sorry, they're not above.
water.
They're under the water. Sorry.
Bummer, that plan was.
That would have been a really cool idea.
Alright, then I guess we're just gonna start swimming and pushing the thing.
Okay. So, you guys start swimming and pushing and swimming and pushing, and you're making some progress, and you're getting there, and you're going, and it's you're getting a little tired. It's not easy going. It's Ozak, you don't have a problem because you're basically a fish at this point. Quill, you're kind of pushing it and dragging Quill at the same time because I don't think he's ever really swam in a body of water like this before.
Not the strongest swimmer, no.
So yeah, he's doggy paddling, and he's going to town, and you get probably a solid 100 yards from the nearest rock outcropping or place where you could. It's the closest bit of land to you. It's not necessarily a dock or anything, but it's the closest bit of land. And You're coming up. You're at like minute 9 at this point. And as you do that, Avion, give me a perception check.
Good.
You're focused so hard on pushing this thing that you don't see, but the rest of you guys see a ship begin to approach. It's about the same size as what you had left on. There's somebody up front. You can't quite tell who it is though, but it's coming your way. And as you're pushing, and as you're shoving, and as you're gasping, you see Sensu at the front of the boat, smiling, arms out wide, just big old grin, and you hear him say, "Oh, friends, I had the hope. I knew you were going to do it. Let us get this on board." And you see like a couple guys reach over, and they've got like the harpoon things, and they're pulling it up, and they're trying to get a rope around it and harness this thing up. And I mean, it's massive, and luckily it's not full of flesh, otherwise it would have had it'd be way too heavy for them to get on. But they're able to harangle it, and you guys pushing from the bottom, and you just start to get it on when Avion, you lose the spell.
Phew. That was
So
close.
undead zombie shark on a boat. And with that, folks, we are going to take our first break, so we will be right back. And welcome back, everybody. Undead zombie shark has been slayed by the party after having their ship destroyed and many bets placed on them one way or the other. Sensu has come back out to see if they made it or not and has helped them load the carcass up on the ship. And that is where we will kick it off. So Sensu looks and he goes, friends, I'm so happy to help you. This is a glorious day. My children will eat for months.
That's why we did it.
You are wonderful people. I love each and every one of you. And he like walks up to you and he like grabs your head, Ozak, and he's like, mwah. And he comes up to you, Avion, and he tries to kiss you and he like goes in, he's like, no, I know how you are. And he goes to you, Osel, and he's like, I'm not going to try that. And he looks at you, Quill, and he says, but I will try it with you. And he like, mwah, and he gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Felt right.
And he says, this is a great day. Let's go back to shore. Let us show what has happened. I may be pretending that I'm not so happy, but just go with it.
Thank you for showing up when you did. That would have was a rough swim.
Well, if you made it, which I was hoping you would, I knew you would need help. I've seen that thing take down many, many ships. So, we have a few minutes. Let's enjoy the ride back. And like he takes you back in. Same little dock area that you were. But he kind of like cuts sail a little bit on the way in to like slow down so that everybody can see what's on his boat.
That's a pimp move right there.
And coasts in and comes back up to the dock, and he's standing there on the side. He's like, Can you believe? I did not think this was going to happen, but it did. They killed it. And like you see people on the shore, like or on the dock, they're looking at it and they're like, oh my God, like people are talking back and forth, and like money starts getting passed back and forth again, and like it's active. Like these guys are actively like yelling at each other and like pissed off at each other, but some of them are really happy and like they're taunting each other, and it's more unhappy people than happy people. And Sensu walks off. He like kind of gracefully leaps off the boat onto the dock and like gingerly walks down and hands out, and he says, my friends here, and you can all hear him, he's doing this like pretty loud, my friends here have slayed the beast. I cannot believe it. So I believe I am owed a little bit of money. I didn't think it was going to happen. I put it out there as a whim. And you see like guys angrily like giving him money, and he's just like shoving it in pouches. That's a lot of gold. And he walks back and he says, I can probably help you get this wherever you need it to go, if you need it to go anywhere. You let me take care of it, I'll take care of it for you.
Well, I'm going to just go up to the shark first, and I'm going to pull about 10 teeth from it,
Okay.
and kind of put it in a little pouch. And then I'm just going to approach Osel and Osak and say, hey guys, what are we going to do with this thing? Like, are we going to give it to the guard to see if they would... I mean, this seems like it would get a hefty prize if a few zombie heads would get a prize.
I do not know that the guard would enjoy us showing them up so heavily.
Just 2 days.
I believe maybe one of these inns might enjoy a showpiece for trade of information or room and
Yes.
board.
Perhaps we can use the shark to learn some about what who in the town we get to talk to about this arcana magic, so we can get closer to figuring out the source of the Amber's magic.
Well, that makes me nervous because Mia's been nothing but awesome to us, and if the tankard of eels could hold the mantle and we do stay there and they have helped us out, I would rather pay for information from the other ones and have me and them have the famed zombie shark mounted on their wall to bring them more business.
True, but if it is mounted in the tankard of eels, it will have to be cleaned, because I doubt they want these old bones dripping of flesh to rot on their walls.
And Sensu, like, kind of slides in. He goes, so I understand you are discussing how you would like to handle this situation. For a small fee, I will gladly take care of cleaning it and getting it prepared, and I will take it to the tankard with your names on it, deliver it to Mia. She's a good friend of mine. I can take care of this for you.
Oh, so what do you think?
Mia has been very helpful to us. It would be quite the gift to have this in the tankard for time immemorial. I believe that's the right thing to do. I think we should send it up there.
Well, unfortunately for you, Sensu, we will not be paying you to do this. Consider it part of our fee for renting the boat.
So you want me to do it for free?
Yes, we just watched exactly how much you made on us returning with this shark dead body. It has already made you more than we could offer.
You are crafty, dwarf. I like you. You are very smart. I appreciate your effort. I did make a decent sum of money. I guess I should not be greedy. My children will eat for months and months, so I will handle this for you. Avian, we are good friends. I think at this point our debt is over.
For now, Sensu. Where's my cut of the cash?
Ah, yes. Glad you asked. I was just about to prepare that for you. So, you had given me 5 gold. Odds were 10 to 1 against you. Here is 50 for you.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. And again, we are good, yeah?
Yeah, Sensu, we're good.
Okay.
Until I need to save your ass again.
Maybe it's the other way around, because I believe I just saved your ass.
No, you saved the shark. I could swim to shore.
He's like, good point. Anyhow, I will take care of this for you. I will deliver it. Not a problem. I will take just minimal credit. It's what I do. It's just, you know. And he like gets all into himself, and he's like showboating a little bit for everybody, and he kind of walks away and starts to get things prepped. So you like Avion, you know that he will actually follow up on it. He'll probably exaggerate a lot about his role in the whole situation, but you guys will still get credit. Like he'll like co-sign that. He'll tack his name at the end, like, and I was the one who delivered it. So where to now?
I think we should.
The flagon.
Yeah, the flagon.
Yeah, the
I
flagon.
think we should go and find the source of this arcana. It's weighing heavily on my mind.
I do gotta say, it might be nice to wash up before we go there, because we just killed a zombie shark in the ocean and we're drenched and smell like the sea. So it's
problem.
well, not being so much of a seaman myself, I've never smelled this on me before. So
Salt water, sweat. It is all the same.
Yeah, for you, Quill, this is a completely new like smell. Like you've never like the like you've smelled rotting fish, but like the smell of the sea, like the salt and the like all of it combined is definitely new to you. And you keep like licking the skin a little bit and checking it out. So
It makes you feel better, though, Master. We can go rinse ourselves.
well, is there even a barrel of water around? I would even settle for a horror bath, like a little barrel of fresh water.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple barrels around if you wanted to do that.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick one up and douse, a bucket of water over my head and just
Sure.
let some of the sea water come off of me.
Yeah, you smell less salty.
And I just turn around and say, "Oh, Zach, you're driving, man. If you want to go to the flagger, we go to the flagger right now."
Well, no better time than now. Although,
Right.
Avion's pace may be a bit too much for me.
Hey, Avion, are you coming with us? We could actually use an escort too there if you want, and I've got a heavy stiff drink for you. When you get there.
Sure. Doesn't seem like I have anything else to do right now.
Just killed a zombie shark. Nothing else to do right now.
So
Yeah,
nonchalant.
pretty urgent.
Let me check my schedule. Yeah, kill zombie shark. Yeah, I'm good. So yeah, you guys, Avion kind of directs traffic and walks you guys back. You start to go up the docks and you're like kind of passing through the house where young Fen, you guys delivered him back, and probably like 5 minutes outside of that, like past that, who's last in the, like, how are you guys walking?
I'm going to be last just because I'm actually fiddling with the teeth. They don't understand what I'm doing with them, but I'm actually like kind of studying them and doing something with them and not paying as much attention to where we're walking.
Sure.
I'd be in front of Quill. I think Ozak and would be
Avion up
leading
front.
the way.
Okay. So yeah, so like Osil, like you're kind of just like a shoulder length ahead of Quill, like just a step ahead, and Quill, you're really focused on these teeth, but Osil, you kind of get like your Azamar like background and like paladin sense kind of kicks in a little bit, and you feel it's not necessarily good or evil, it's just strange to you. Like it kind of tickles that divine sense of yours a little bit, and you get the impression someone is kind of following you, but you can't quite pinpoint it.
I kind of walk up a little bit. I lengthen my stride and I try and catch Ozak. I say, Ozak, don't look back. But we might not be alone on this path. And I kind of trying to tell Avian the same message, just that we may not be alone here, so keep a sharp eye.
So you
What do
keep.
you
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What did you notice?
I can't quite place it. It's just a feeling I have that we're not the only ones traveling this path currently. I'm not sure how we should proceed, but it's definitely caught my attention. And you kind of see Ozil kind of make sure he has his good hand on his glaive should he need it.
Seldom have we walked a path unmolested. But I do not worry. We seem to be doing all right for ourselves.
It's true. Well, I will keep an eye out for everyone, but just make sure that we're safe going down the path.
Your intuition has proven correct before. I will not doubt it. But I will not worry over it either. I know we can handle ourselves when it comes to it.
And at that point, you continue to walk a little bit, and that feeling doesn't necessarily go away, Osil. Like you're still picking up. It darts in and out, like almost strength-wise. And as you're like maybe 10 minutes, as Avion's explaining on the walk back, 10 minutes. Sorry, what the heck was the name of that place again? From the Drowning Flagon. As you're about 10 minutes from there, Osil, in your mind, you hear a message whispered to you, and it says, you seek me, turn right ahead into the alley, and we shall talk.
Oso kind of stops and he kind of puts his hand to his temple and says, my friends need me. We need to stick together. Well, I can't abandon them. And I walk, keep close to the group and keep walking.
Okay. So you keep going, and you're like 5 minutes away, and you hear another message in your head, and it says, I am the one you've been looking for. Everyone thinks it is me. Please, we need to speak. It is Delthrin.
Delthrin. Well. Alright, Osel stops and says, guys, I'll meet you at the flagon.
Do you feel ill, friend?
No, there's something I need to attend to. Just, Ozak, keep close eye on everybody, and I'll find you there.
I will feel better. Come, my children. The drowned flagon awaits.
Do you not want somebody to go with you, Hosel?
No, this is something I need to attend to alone.
Okay.
Each their own.
I'm just gonna keep messing with the shark teeth, and you see me pulling out some leather straps and following behind Ozak, just like a kid playing a video game. Like, kind of just went back to my work and going.
Like as you're doing that, like it's like a person on their cell phone in a crosswalk. You're like constantly almost getting hit by things because you're not paying attention to what you're doing. People like bumping into you and kind of looking at you, and so yeah. So you guys head off, and Osel, you follow the directions, and you cut back into this alley, and like as you go in, your senses kick off, and you definitely sense. Again, it's not good or evil. It's like the creeping feeling of undead, but not fully undead. It's a little different. So, as you do that and you walk in, you see a man appearing to be in his like late 60s, early 70s, white hair, like nose is a little crooked, and there's a scar like that kind of comes into it a little bit. Big ears, like he's got pretty big ears and like a lot of nose hair, clean shaven, but like a lot of nose hair and some ear hair. And he looks at you and he says, I know you have been seeking me. And
You've been a very popular person around the town, Delthrin.
Well, this is my town. I saved this town. But when you use, how shall I say, less than normal means of accomplishing that goal, some view you in high regard for saving them, some view you in low regard for the methods that you used. But the pirates were coming. They had no choice.
I understand that sometimes the ends justify the means, and this seemed to be one of those times, but tell me, sir, why did you call me here?
Everyone probably believes that these things are my doing. I know you killed the shark. I sensed it. But I did not bring it about. Someone else had taken control of it.
So you know of the shark.
Yes, it was my creation. It was put out there to patrol the waters and keep them safe. But suddenly it began to turn on its own people that it was meant to protect. And because it was mine, people perceived that it was my doing. Over the years, I've remained hidden, reclusive, if you will. I still live in the city. You've been to my house, I believe. You found that I was not there.
It was not unoccupied, however. We found more of your friends in the backyard.
Those were not of my doing. I'm not sure who. Only a few may have the power to do that I know of. But none of these popping ups are mine. I don't just bring random low-level creatures. I make things. I make useful things. And he's
Do
looking and
do
he's
you
like,
believe
"This-
believe that somebody else has it out for you? And if so, do you know who?
Again, I'm not. Someone is trying to smear my name. I mean, it's not the best name, but I could use some help, and I believe you outsiders may be the ones to be able to offer that help. I would like to meet your friends, your comrades, if you will. We need to speak. I need to tell them everything, because you are the ones who can help me. I cannot do this by myself and stay safe.
Well, to be true, your words must be true. Can you give me my word that you will not lead us astray and that we are truly helping you and not some ulterior motive?
Yes, this. If I stick my neck out there alone, I will be hung, head beheaded, stabbed. Everyone believes this is me. I will be executed, tried. Probably not even tried, probably just executed. I need to clear my name, and I need an outsider's help. I give you my word that I will not turn on you, that I'm not doing this against you, that these are my motives.
Well, know that we, as a party, are very adept at seeking out those who go against us. So, and you see Osel's hair kind of go even more black than it is, and he said, understand that we have ways of making sure that those who give us their word keep their word, and there will be no second chances. You give us your word, and if you go back on it, there will be consequences.
Let me ask you a question, young man. And he says that with like the air of someone who's very old. He says, how old do I look to you?
You look quite old. I would say 80 or 90.
How long ago have you heard of the stories of the city being saved by me? What was it? Some accounts 100, 150 years ago? You don't know our history, but I'm sure you've heard a few things. How would an age
ago?
How would an 80-year-old man have lived over 150 years ago? I have plenty of power in plenty of ways. If I wanted to hurt you or do anything against you, I could. But I do not want to. So that is my word. I have not lived this long. For no
Fair.
reason.
That's fair. Well, let me get back to my comrades. Is there anything you can give me that I can show them to assure them of our meeting? Can I bring any kind of token back to my group?
Yeah, he opens. He kind of goes into his cloak, and he pulls out a shark tooth, and he gives it to you. He goes, "I believe this will probably match the one that your friend, the daydreamer, probably. He's the hungry one. We will call him the hungry one.
He is hungry, that's for sure.
Match it up. It will be a match."
Thank you, Deltharin.
Now,
we shall speak again soon.
that said, yeah, we will speak. I need to speak to you very quickly. So, tomorrow, come meet me back at my old home. I believe you know where that is. And
Yes.
with that, pff, he disappears.
Osel walks back up to the flagon and finds the rest of the crew.
Okay. So you walk. So you walk in this place. So you guys previously had walked in this place, and it is really, really, really nice. Like, for as nice as the tankard of eels was, this is like 2 levels, 3 levels above it. Like, it's next level nice. There are extremely well-dressed people in. It's like, it's not quite a dance club, but there are rooms where like I don't want to say like exotic dancers, but it's like Cirque du Soleil going on. Like, there's like exotic dancing happening. It's otherworldly for a lot of you. It's really, really nice. It's super plush. Everything's decorated, like chairs and couches with like velvet coverings and just super silky pillows. And it seems like it's cold outside, and it's very warm in here, and there don't seem to be any fireplaces. And you open, when you guys open the doors, Ozak and Avion and Quill, like, the sea stench from you kind of precedes you. So when you open the doors and that odor comes in, everyone just kind of like turns and looks, and they're like, and they go back to what they were doing.
I'm just gonna take a bite out of some of the food from my pocket and kind of just eye Ozak for a second, and then realize I'll be like, that's really salty. It's been in my pocket since the ocean, and realize I shouldn't have eaten it. And we probably should have showered as well, man.
It does me no mind. These ones will get used to it soon.
All right, so I'm just going to approach the bar,
Yeah.
and still fiddling with the shark teeth as I go, and almost walk into the bar, not paying attention, and just be like, "Oh, hey, do you have any Elvish brandy by chance?"
And the bartender, who's human, probably like mid-30s, about 6'4", like blonde hair, just like beautiful flowing locks, very muscular, kind of looks down at you and says, "For you? No."
Okay, well, how about I buy one for somebody over there, and you don't watch as I drink it?
And he kind of like, he can't believe you just asked that question. He's like, "Wait, what? No, you, I don't believe you meet the standard of clientele that we tend to cater to here."
Okay, how can I get there?
I would start with a bath, and not in the ocean. I would buy some nicer clothes. I would probably also not tell people the plans of deception that you have going on out loud.
Noted.
So I would start with those 3 things.
Okay, so well, I'm just gonna go ahead and
And with that, he like goes to the next customer.
and I'm just gonna walk back and just be like, Zach, I told you we're the stinky kids in class, and I think that we actually do need to possibly wash it up a little bit.
Well, if they insist.
And as you're doing that and having this conversation, Osel like comes straight into this entrance and sees you guys there.
Friends, glad we have reunited as again.
Hey, Osel, go try to order a drink. Will you go get us a drink for all of us, please?
I'd be happy to.
Thank you, sir.
Also walks up to the bar and says, barkeep.
And this 6'4", blonde hair, like flowing, ripped, muscular guy like saunters over, and he goes, Are you with the half elf, or are you with the elf?
Who I'm with is of no concern to you. I'd like to order an Elvish brandy and 3 ales, please.
You may like to order those things, but it doesn't mean you can order those things.
Oh, I will order these things, and you will pour them for me, and I will pay them for you, and then I'll take them and give them to whom I please.
And you see him like snap his fingers, and as he does that, like out of the corners come like 4 equally large, equally young, equally muscular, but also more equipped in terms of weaponry that they're carrying. Instead of tankards and whatnot, each of these guys has a short sword, and they like start collapsing in, and he says, "No, you will leave. Like I told your friend, you do not meet the standards of this place. We have look around you. This is a wonderful establishment. You, I can tell, being of knightly patronage, perhaps, have the ability to clean up. Maybe you should tell your friend how." And he like turns his back and goes back to working in the bar. The 4 guys remain kind of like, "What are you gonna do, dude?" Like giving you that look like, "We'll rumble, we don't care."
I'm gonna cast Necrotic Shroud.
Remind me what Necrotic Shroud does again.
Unleashes my divine energy, causing my eyes to turn to pools of darkness and 2 skeletal, ghostly, flightless wings to sprout from my back.
This might have excelled quickly.
The inside transform other creatures within 10 feet must succeed a charisma saving throw, or they become frightened of me until the end of the next turn.
Okay, so with that, you like look down and quickly pick your head back up. From your back, these dark wings expose, and like this energy just almost with like a shockwave hits, and everything in the bar stops. Like literally everything stops. Everyone turns and is just like staring at you. Like, what color do your eyes turn? Black?
There's black. These black, gigantic pools of nothingness. And I say, no. You will serve us.
And you see the 4 guys with swords just like... All 4 of them dart back to who knows where. They take off, and the guy behind the bar is just like, yes, what would you like?
Elvish brandy and 3 ales.
And he just starts like pouring stuff, and like there's like half head in each of the ales, and then like elvish brandy is just dripping down the side of the thing, and of the glass, and it's like haphazardly done, and he's like visibly shaking as he like gives it to you. "Here, it's on the house. Just put those things away."
I end the transformation, and everything comes back to normal, and I grab him, and I kind of just nod and walk away back towards everyone else.
Quill just walks to the bar and sets the rest of wet food that he has on the bar and say, "For you, my man," and then walk back to where he has the brandy and ale.
It's just like, and you like see him take a cloth and like quickly wipe it up and like put it away. So
Does Tall, Dark, and Crazy always do this?
No.
It's a first for us.
I'm sorry, yeah, we all had to see that, but I had to get my point across.
I'm not positive we're going to get a lot of information from anyone in here now. Or maybe we will, shit.
Oh, we will.
Mm.
So, friends,
no
what have you learned since you've been here, or have you just had the interactions with the grumpy bartender, as also looks over his shoulder at the bartender?
And he like catches your eye and like quickly looks away, like down, like, "I'm gonna clean this."
We have learned that you are willing to bully your way for a couple of drinks and frighten off all the patronage from a single bar. It was highly unnecessary, young Ozel, and you should feel very bad about yourself. Do not do that in my presence again.
I understand, Ozak.
Nope. You will learn to control yourself.
It must have been. It was necessary.
Was it?
We
Was it
got what we
though?
needed, didn't we?
My friend.
I
I
didn't
don't-
even get a heated snifter with my brandy,
No.
so terrible service.
You bullied a man to giving you what you thought you needed at the time. There are consequences for every action. And now, who knows? You may have ruined this man's livelihood. Because now some demonic angels show up in his bar. No one shows up in his bar now to avoid those, and now he makes no money. His family goes hungry. There are consequences that reach long. And when you become white in your whiskers like me, Oso, you will see the timeline never stops.
It's true. However, I know the flagon has been here a long time, and it will be here a long time, regardless if any of my kind come in here again.
Your kind come and go all the time, but to frighten someone, and to doing what you wish in the spur of a moment, it is hasty, and should be tread lightly. Remember. Now, unfortunately, we have not gotten any value out of the information here so far. Are you feeling better from your side trip?
Yes, I bring important information from my travels. I heard a message that I wanted that someone called a meeting, and I met with Delthrin. He
Hold on, Delthrin?
Yes, he showed himself to me and explained that he was not behind the undead activities that we have very intimately experienced. He was very convincing in that he was not behind what is going on. He even explained the zombie shark was a patrol of sorts that had gone wrong. But he requested an audience with all of us.
Also, hold on. Let's grab a table real quick and speak quieter because people hear Delthrin, that you've talked to him. Let's try to be discreet. Can we find somewhere in the corner?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
We
can
can
drink
find a
his
table
water.
back at the Tankard of Eels.
At
Do
this
you think
point,
just leave-
there's hardly anybody left in this place. Like everyone's basically cleared out. It's not going to be hard to find a place quietly to sit. Like this
Well,
guy's
we have our choice.
this guy behind the
I
bar
would
is still scared of you, Osil, but he's also like kind of pissed off.
I think it would be best if we left this place and maybe patronize a friendlier abode. If we have made contact with certain people, I don't think we need to acquire information here just yet, if at all.
Fair.
I'm gonna go to the counter and just put down 20 gold and be like, I'm so sorry.
And he takes it and he's like, it's and he like just shakes and takes it and goes back to.
To the tank it reveals, shall we?
Aye, a good destination.
Okay. So you head back. You get there. You walk in. Mia busy at work still, and she sees you and she just motions and she looks at all of you and she does say, "You look a little worse for wear. And you smell of the sea. Did you go swimming?"
I'm just going to reach in my pocket, like happy and smiling at her, and I pull out a shark tooth that has like pieces of leather and wire wrapped around it, and just hand it to her, and just be like, "This is, we just killed the zombie shark, and this is a token of what's to come."
So that is true too. And she like takes her hands and she takes it and she looks at it and she goes, "I cannot wear this here, but thank you very much."
And then I'm gonna hand one to Ozak and Billy and Avion, and just be like, "This is what I was making the whole time. Was we all have now shark necklaces?"
And while she's doing that, she kind of, you may want to go upstairs and utilize our baths. Just, I think of you as friends. Friends can speak to friends this way. You stink.
Yep. Yeah, we know this.
Have been told. I think Ozak would nod and head upstairs towards the bath.
Osa would as well.
So it's at this point in the day, it's like it's evening. It's like 5 o'clock. It's been a pretty long day. So yeah, you guys are able to bathe up and change clothes because you've got your rooms, and yeah, come back down. Clean,
Right.
Smelling nice.
All right, friends.
I'm just gonna grab our old table and a giant plate of food and just
There
light
is
up my pipe.
there's actually somebody sitting there. There's like there's a human. It's like it's an older woman, like in her 60s, and she's just like nursing an ale and like
It's just her.
yeah, she's just there by herself. She's just looking at the fireplace, just kind of like content to she's just picking at her food and just kind of eating.
I'd still sit down as if she wasn't there, just because I'm so used to sitting in the same seat. I just walk and sit down and just like start eating, and Mia brings me my drink, and I just look up and be like, "Hey, Osul,
And she, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I do not believe my name is not Osil. I believe you've sat down at the wrong table, perhaps. I'm just enjoying my dinner here.
would you like some brandy?"
I have a drink, thank you.
Okay, and I just kind of look around the room for another empty table because I don't know what to do. Like, this is...
There's like one 5 feet away.
All right, I'm just gonna pick it up and just kind of put a piece of my food next to her and be like, "There you go," and just walk away and sit down.
And she kind of looks at it, and she takes her napkin, puts it over it, and like slides it over, and then just leaves the napkin on it and proceeds to keep like picking at her food and eating. She picks up a book and just starts reading.
All right, so I sit down and I light my pipe and start eating.
Sure. You guys all filter down, and you see Quill down there, and you kind of gather around, and yeah, Mia's running back and forth and doing what Mia does, and she doesn't even ask this time. She just comes by and drops you off your normal drinks. Says, "There you go, loves. Looks like you had a long day, but a good day. So enjoy."
Well,
And I'm
first,
just gonna look at Osul and say, "All right, I think that we're out of earshot of, well, anybody who would try to listen. Tell us more about Deltrin."
I would like to offer a toast to our good success and our new friend Avian, and I raise my glass in the middle of my ale.
I raise my glass and say, "Friend is a strong word, but okay."
Agreed. Friends is a strong word. Acquaintance and well met.
Well, my meeting with Deltrin was short but informative. Again, as I said earlier, he believes he is not behind what we have experienced of his undead, and even the shark and the experience we had in his backyard, where he says were not his doing. He requests an audience with us and assures me of his full truth and cooperation with what he's saying. And Osul goes in his pocket and pulls out a tooth. He gave me this, and I put it kind of in the middle of the table so that everyone could see.
I'm just gonna pull out the other shark teeth and I'm just gonna study them a bit and just be like, I mean, looks like the same kind of shark tooth. Yeah.
Aye, it is.
So, friends, this is not a singular decision. I believe we all need to vote on this, but what do you feel about this situation?
So we talked to Deltrin, but I don't have an unease about this for some reason. I feel like this feels like the right thing to do.
If we can help prove a man's innocence, it will go a long, long way. And if he is, it will gain us a powerful ally. If he is not, well, we are doing a very good deed for a whole city.
Avian, do you have any thoughts?
Well, part of me wants nothing more to do with this because you're all insane. The other part of me is insane, so
It's settled then. We shall go see Deltarin and find out more about what is going on in the city.
And as you sum that up and make your plan, a woman walks into the bar, and she has a child in tow, and she walks up to the other woman that was sitting at the table that you were, or is sitting at the table that was your normal table, Quill, that you were talking to. And she walks up with the child, and she kind of has a small discussion. You guys can kind of make bits and pieces out. You're all still discussing kind of what you want to do. And as they walk past the table, the little kid sees you, Ozak. Says, oh, "Grandpa Ozak, it's you! It's so good to see you!" And like runs up and wraps his arms around you. And it's one of the kids that you were taking home, and it's the one that didn't have a home, and just gives you the biggest hug. And it's like, it's a kid and you're short, so it's not like awkward, and it's like right around you, and you reach down, and yeah, you reciprocate the hug, and the woman kind of like pulls and is like, and like remembers who you are, and she's like, "Oh, Master Sea-Watch, it is so good to see you. I think we may have found a home for what the heck was that other kid's name? I don't remember.
Paul or Peter or something,
yeah.
I believe.
Peter. I think we found a home for Peter, but we haven't found a home for her. I heard after you left that you may be willing to help with this. Is that the case?
Aye, it is.
I know you can't stay here. I know you may have to go. So she's willing to go. She has a fondness for you. So if you are willing, and the little girl is with the other woman at this point, so she's just having this conversation with you. So if you're willing, I'm happy to set these things in motion. I can speak with the powers that be, and we can make this happen.
To give a child a home, that is an honor I would be glad to uphold. Yes, I will.
She looks over, and she's like, "Okay, let me get a couple things squared away here, and I know you don't have a whole lot of time here, but maybe tomorrow we can meet and we can set these things in motion, and yeah, we can find a home for Louisa, and you can be that home."
I would love to take Louisa under my wing.
And with that, folks, we're going to end tonight's session. On that note, I'd like to say a goodbye to Coach from our game. He is going to have to... life gets in the way sometimes, and other things come up. So, Coach, thank you so much for jumping in and helping kick this off with us. We'll definitely miss you up in here.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure, I'm gonna miss you guys too. It's been absolute blast. I've loved every minute of it. Even being an old grandpa to Osel today.
So, everyone at home, thank you for joining in. next time we will pick up with meeting Delthrin Everett, the reclusive necromancer. And Shannon, thank you for jumping in and
Yes.
filling in for us here.
For
Another
sure.
guest spot while Yip Yap / Rolf the Looter / Chris is out doing work. Yeah, so 2 weeks from now we will have our next game, and we'll go from there. So everyone, thank you, have a great night, and talk to you soon.